Hey Stoic soul. You feel your energy leak out, tiny drops at a time. An offhand comment, a lingering side eye, another promise half kept. You sense the rot, not in the world, but in your own circle. You wonder, how did my life become a nest of drama, of invisible poisoners? You please, you chase, you exhaust yourself trying to be enough. Pause. The old philosophers knew, not all threats come roaring in armor. Some come with smiles. Some look like friends. Today, we expose the unseen enemies of your spirit, the 10 toxic types who drain your peace, and the Stoic laws that free you. Breathe in, sit tall. Let's name the shadows, calmly, one by one. There's a person in your life who only calls when they need a ride, a favor, a little rescue. The extractor never arrives empty-handed. They just never arrive empty-hearted either. Every time you give, their appetite expands. You think kindness will change them. They just call it Tuesday. Your value isn't measured by how much you let others take. Beware the currency of your time. Spotting the extractor is easy if you keep an ear out for the sound of opportunity knocking on your wallet, your patience, or your couch cushions. You know the one. Hey, long time no see. Are you busy on Saturday? Also, what are your thoughts on moving 2 couches and 67 boxes for pizza? That's the battle cry. Some people ring just to say hello. The extractor rings for a transaction, always as sweet as honey before they ask for a favor. Ansansahan and as forgetful as Dory when it's time to return one. Extractors are the connoisseurs of effort. Your time is the gourmet meal. Your goodwill is their dessert cart. Somehow, after every encounter, you end up with fewer hours in your day and the vague sense you should ask your kindness for rent. In the Stoics' world, the extractor is an untrained alchemist, forever hungry, always turning gold into guilt. Marcus Aurelius warned against becoming a mere appendage to other people's agendas, but extractors treat that as an invitation, not a warning. They will make your free time into their public utility unless you learn to gate the garden. You may think, but I want to help people. Isn't it the noble thing to do? It is, but even Seneca would have shuddered at the sight of your text thread. Remember, to help without limit is to become help itself, indistinguishable from a doormat with feelings. Extractors sense hesitation like sharks sense motion. If you say, well, I'll see what I can do, they interpret, I'll do everything twice, and apologize afterward. The extractor's secret weapon is the art of minimizing your needs. Their requests are small, harmless. A ride here, a little advice there, maybe borrowing your Netflix password just for a week or 2. Weeks later, your recommendations list looks like it's been curated by a hyperactive raccoon with insomnia. Their grip is slow, gentle, the gentle persistence of grass growing through pavement. It's hard to notice until suddenly you're mowing their lawn. Let's be clear, Stoicism doesn't call for us all to become cold-hearted statues. In fact, Aurelius wrote often about compassion in the marketplace of life, but he also wrote about boundaries, about ruling over your own domain. To the extractor, boundaries are mere challenges. They're the ninja warriors of porous social contracts, leaping over your polite, well, I'm busy, with the gymnastic skill of a practiced guilt tripper. To train your internal Stoic and withstand the extractor's emotional acrobatics, you need to recognize 3 truths. First, not every cry for help is a fire drill. Second, your time is a non-renewable resource, like oil barrels or limited edition potato chips. Third, you're allowed to say no without a follow-up essay, citation, or apology letter to the United Nations. Of course, extractors have a 6th sense for boundaries. Set one, and they'll respond with either dramatic sighs, nostalgic memories, Remember that one time I let you borrow my stapler in 2017? Or emotional origami. They can fold a simple no into a gilt triangle worthy of an exhibit. But every no you practice is a rep in the invisible gym of Stoic self-respect. Tonight, as you drift towards sleep on the gentle raft of soft sound, remind yourself, you are not an open bar of emotional labor. Your kindness cannot be stolen, only offered. Next time the extractor comes calling, practice your new mantra. I wish you well, but my calendar is no longer your menu. Rest easy, because boundaries are the comfiest pillow of all. You've met the victim oracle. They can predict disaster in any weather. And in their gospel, misfortune is always someone else's fault. Their superpower, making you their emotional landfill. Their motto, if you cared, you'd fix me. The Stoics said, only your reactions belong to you. Trying to carry another's self-pity is not compassion. It's volunteering for misery. Picture the victim oracle, a walking, talking forecast of doom, hunched beneath an invisible cloud with a PhD in helplessness granted by the Department of Eternal Blame. They are Jedi masters of sighing. When the wind blows, it conspires against them. If a bird sings, it's just taunting them with unattainable happiness. Even Dionysus, god of revelry, would beg for earplugs. Heed my warnings, the oracle proclaims, for doom approaches. And it's definitely because of my incompetent boss, my disappointing horoscope, and at times, the alignment of distant, uncaring planets. The victim oracle wields guilt like urban raccoons wield garbage. Deftly, insistently, shamelessly. Can't you see how difficult things are for me? They ask, not so much as a question, but as a trap. You may feel obligated to shovel emotional snow from their sidewalk, while your own walkway is buried under a 10-foot drift. According to them, Stoicism is cold-hearted. Yet what the Stoics really taught is that compassion means wishing people well, not chaining yourself to every sinking ship in the emotional harbour. They are prophets, yes, prophets of powerlessness, gesturing with limp hands at all the things they claim to be unable to change. If you really loved me, you'd call my utility company to complain about my power bill. And while you're at it, can you break up with my partner and get my cat to respect me? At some point you realise you're not just offering a shoulder to cry on. You're lending out your entire nervous system, all for a tragedy you never auditioned for. The wisdom of the Stoics cuts through this fog like a labelled exit sign in a room full of spilled glitter. Epictetus believed that our suffering grows, not from what happens to us, but from our stubborn insistence on escalating every inconvenience to a personal vendetta by the universe. You're allowed to pump the brakes. You're allowed to wish someone well without being swallowed by their emotional quicksand. They say, misery loves company. But the truth is, misery is just looking for free rent. If you're up at 3 a.m., rehashing an argument the victim oracle had with their aunt in 2006, Stoicism offers a radical alternative. Don't. Marcus Aurelius, emperor and overworked permadad of Rome, juggled actual wars and still managed not to text his ex about their shared trauma. You can leave the oracle to their prophecies and tend to your own peace. Boundaries are like ancient Roman aqueducts. They carry only what you choose to let flow in. Let their woes dribble off like rainwater on a wax chariot. Compassion isn't carrying boulders for others. It's teaching both of you to travel lighter. The victim oracle's monologues will always be auditioning for the misery Olympics. But you, wise night traveller, can exit the stadium. In the words of the Stoics, focus on your own choices, not on narrating someone else's disaster movie. Curl up, cozy and serene, and let their forecasts drift on the wind, out to sea, where they can finally blame Poseidon for the weather. You sense it, compliments that twist at the end, tiny stabs disguised as concern. The shadow competitor is never happy for you. They're happy when you're not ahead. Their scoreboard runs silently, comparing, calculating. You didn't enter a contest, but you wake up in one. The ancient Stoics asked, who owns your peace? Your mind or their envy? Picture this. You're minding your own business, sipping tea, daydreaming about, I don't know, Norwegian forests or puppies in bow ties when it happens. The gentle voice of a friend asks, oh, you finished your project? That's amazing. I could never spend that much time on something so minor. Oof, there it is. The trademark move, competitive concern, wrapped in a knit sweater of phony empathy. You try to convince yourself it doesn't sting, but deep down, the scoreboard in their head lights up like a pinball machine. Bonus points, awarded. Why do they do it? Seneca had a phrase for people like this. He called it the struggle for empty things. If attention were currency, the shadow competitor is a billionaire hoarding expired coupons. They don't collect experiences. They collect evidence that you might possibly be a little less impressive than them. If you finish a marathon, they've already finished 2. Oh, and ran a non-profit during the race. Nice medal though. But let's get serious in a sleepily comedic way. We're not immune, are we? There's a small, secret part of us that keeps checking if we've matched up, measured up, kept up. A silent, internal rivalry we never signed up for. It worms its way into your mind when you're lying in bed, staring at the ceiling. Did you really need to post that today? Your imaginary rival whispers. Don't get too comfortable. Someone's always one step ahead. Whoa, easy there, shadowy figure. It's 11:30 p.m. and we're trying to become tranquility incarnate here. The Stoics, ever the champions of unbothered mindsets, had a system. They saw competition with others as the shortest route to losing your own script. Epictetus, the Socratic sass master, once noted, if you want to be happy, stop trying to control what is not yours. Translation: if your neighbor turns their life into a highlight reel, you're not obligated to be an extra in their show. Your piece does not answer to their scoreboard. Instead, Stoicism invites you to recognize when you are sucked into these comparison vortexes and, plot twist, laugh your way out. Imagine every time the shadow competitor strikes, Cicero pops into your mind wearing a stay in your lane t-shirt, reminding you the only contest that counts is against yesterday's you. Not a bad sleep aid, honestly. So, tonight, as you rest, picture yourself in a cosmic stadium, but with no one in the stands. You and your thoughts, running at your pace, unbothered by phantom rivals in the next lane. The shadow competitor may linger, peering around the track for evidence of your stumble, but the Stoic within you waves cheerfully and keeps jogging. You get to choose your measure, and it's finally not a race you didn't want to run. If you feel a sting from a sideways compliment tomorrow, let it drift away like a balloon at a philosophy festival. You didn't enter their contest. You don't have to accept their trophy. It's peace, not envy, that you bring to the finish line. And that, dear insomniac philosopher, is the gold medal worth keeping tightly beneath your pillow tonight. The puppeteer designs invisible scripts for your life, guilt trips, silent treatments, favors calculated as debts. You dance so they won't pull tighter. The secret: they only hold power as long as you perform. Epictetus taught, you can't be manipulated if you don't play the part. In their theatre, walk off stage. Picture this: you're at an office party. The puppeteer glides across the carpet, brandishing a casserole with the quiet drama of a soap opera villain? Did you bring a dish, or have you failed a crucial test in the unwritten cookbook of social obligation? With one raised eyebrow, the puppeteer can evoke shame, usually reserved for eating the last cookie in front of a child. But that's their game, fiddling with the strings of guilt until you're volunteering for the party cleanup or agreeing to dog sit for 3 weeks. Stoicism's grand revelation: you were never contractually obligated to perform. Marcus Aurelius didn't wake up each morning designing strategies to avoid disappointing Diane from HR. He focused on his own mind and actions, the bits he truly commanded. You can do the same. Try responding to the puppeteer's pointed sigh with a gentle, unflappable smile, as if you're amused by an oddly shaped potato. Suddenly, the strings go slack. Of course, the puppeteer isn't always as obvious as an overdramatic neighbour peeking from between the blinds. Sometimes their manipulation is subtler. Oh, I just thought you'd want to know that everyone else is pitching in for Steve's retirement gift. It's a masterclass in passive-aggressive suggestion, crafted to nudge you out of bed at 2 a.m. to Venmo $5. But Epictetus, bless his sandal-wearing heart, whispers a gentle reminder from ancient Greece. Other people's expectations are not your edicts. You're free to say no, to set boundaries, to be the calm, bearded statue in a sea of anxious marionettes. Imagine yourself holding those invisible strings in your hands, examining them with curiosity. Do they actually exist, or are they made of mist, dissipating the moment you stop believing in them? The humour in all of this is that the puppeteer needs you to care. Their entire act collapses if you stop auditioning. Picture the puppeteer as a frustrated director, megaphone in hand, shouting, "More drama," while you casually sip herbal tea and watch the clouds outside. It's hard to control someone who's busy pondering the impermanence of celery and the meaning of virtue. Stoic wisdom gives you your freedom cue. There's nothing the puppeteer fears more than a cast member who knows the play is optional. As you opt out of needless entanglement, you might notice how dramatically silence can unnerve a seasoned manipulator. The less you emote on command, the more their performance falters. This is not malicious. It's simply your right not to participate in every one-person show that wanders through your day. Next time you feel the urge to appease, picture Marcus Aurelius in your head, quietly journaling about not being trapped by other people's designs. You don't owe anyone an explanation for declining the 10th group project this month. A simple, "Thank you, but I can't," delivered kindly, is a stoic superpower that sends the puppeteer's script fluttering off stage, lost in the wind. So, when the puppeteer cues the lights, steps forth with a dramatic flourish, and waits for your line, remember, you can improvise your own script entirely. Maybe tonight, your character exits stage left to a peaceful night's sleep, unburdened by strings. Conflict finds some people like moths find light. The drama conductor is powered by outrage, addicted to noise, allergic to silence. Their chaos becomes your weather report. You catch yourself preparing responses, rehearsing arguments, feeling the churn. A Stoic asks, who is stirring your inner storm, you or a borrowed thunder? Meet the drama conductor, that one friend, colleague, or distant relative with a PhD in blowing things wildly out of proportion. They don't walk into a room, they announce a hurricane warning. Their energy is like espresso shot straight to the amygdala. They are masterful, at spinning inconsequential moments into operatic spectacles. Someone forgot to return their stapler. International crisis. Someone ate their leftovers. Betrayal worthy of a Greek tragedy. Let's zoom in on their toolkit. First, they wield the megaphone of exaggeration. This always happens to me, echoes down your neural corridors until you're questioning if you're actually a minor character in their ongoing soap opera. Their arsenal includes weaponized sighs and the international eyebrow of disapproval trademark, somehow more expressive than any language. If there's a lull, they orchestrate fresh drama with the skill of a maestro summoning the strings to life. If peace descends, you can sense them twitching, unsure what to do with the unnerving quiet. Just yesterday, you found yourself anxiously checking your phone after their 3 exclamation mark text. "We need to talk." About what? You considered relocating abroad, just in case. The drama conductor operates on a fundamental principle. If emotional weather can be manufactured, why ever experience a calm forecast? They are the ultimate chaos influencer, thriving on the emotional retweets and shares. Their nervous system seems calibrated to DEFCON 1 at all times. And if you're in their orbit, you're automatically signed up for a full cable subscription to the drama channel, coming soon in 4K with surround sound. But what does this orchestra of melodrama do to your Stoic sensibilities? Here comes Seneca's ghost, gently clearing his philosophical throat. You become what you give attention to. By rehearsing battles that belong to someone else, you surrender your piece for a guest spot in an episode that, frankly, doesn't deserve a second season. How much of this storm belongs to you? And how much is just forecasted, swirling clouds you could watch from a safe Zen porch with a cup of tea and an arched eyebrow? The antidote is not silence, because the drama conductor will interpret your quiet as a challenge and dial up the trombones. The antidote is perspective. It is radical inner weatherproofing. Instead of riding the roller coaster, become the ride attendant, safely operating from the control booth, slightly bored, humming Marcus Aurelius quotes under your breath. Repeat after Epictetus, their drama, their circus, their monkeys. When you sense the drama crescendo, emails typed in bold, group chats vibrating with, "Can you believe this?" energy, pause. Ask, as the Stoics did, is this within my control? If not, let the drama conductor lead their parade, while you watch from the curb, popcorn in hand, serenely unimpressed by the confetti cannon. Remember, you can observe the storm and still remain dry. The Stoic superpower is the unbothered umbrella, chaos all around, but you're savoring the tranquil silence beneath your own mind's shelter. The drama conductor may be a virtuoso of noise, but you are the quiet maestro of calm. Every time you shine, they dim the lights. The mirror miser wants you small, uncertain, rerouting your victories through their own filters. When you're happy, is it allowed? With them, every celebration feels suspicious. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The approval of others is fickle as spring winds." Only in your own soil. Picture this ancient Roman Stoic, covered in crumbs from last night's fig cake, gently advising you, don't care too much about the opinions of Cassius the Gossip or Lucilla the Side-Eyer. Marcus knew what we, here in the 21st century, still struggle to grasp. The more you let your sense of worth pass through the hands of other people, the more you become like a borrowed toga, ill-fitting, awkward, and probably not washed enough. The mirror miser is crafty. They slip in during moments of joy, like a cat sneaking into a lap only after you've put on your good black pants. Did you get a raise? Suddenly, they're convinced it must be luck, nepotism, or a glitch in the company's payroll. Did you post a photo in which you dare to look semi-confident? Prepare for vague comments. Wow, you're really putting yourself out there these days. Brave. To a mirror miser, praise is a rationed commodity, like the last cookie at a Stoic support group meeting. Savor it while it lasts. You might even catch them mirroring your newest enthusiasm. But with the energy of someone reviewing a tax audit, there is a peculiar talent to the mirror miser, a strange stewardship of insecurity. It's as if they were hired as your life's official department of doubt. They keep records, issue fines for audacity, and organize annual reviews of your self-esteem. If you celebrate too loudly, they appear clipboard in hand and mark you down for excessive cheerfulness. See me after class about humility. But let's step back. The mirror miser is haunted by their own funhouse mirror. Unable to see themselves as whole, they reflect distortions onto you. Your confidence reveals their insecurity. Your joy jolts their stored-up, pickled envy, so they regulate, flickering the lights of your self-regard. Stoicism invites a new approach. When a mirror miser announces the humble audit of your success, imagine Marcus Aurelius himself, calmly sipping watered-down wine in the background, gently humming. If it neither harms your character nor aligns with your values, does it deserve a single minute of your peace? Laugh at the absurdity. Celebrate as if you're being cheered on by a supportive squad of toga-clad cheerleaders. After all, the Stoics weren't cold. They just found fulfillment burning quietly from within, not waiting for applause from the peanut gallery. When the mirror miser attempts to zap your sparkle, try congratulating them on their commitment to the role. Wow, you take internalized insecurity management to the next level. Have you considered a keynote at the National Association of Damp Blankets? Your life is not a theatrical performance in need of constant reviews. Practice giving yourself a round of applause when you fold the laundry, when you send that awkward text, when you dare, in a nondescript way, to be yourself. Because the applause of a mirror miser is never coming. And that's perfect, because it means you're free. Tonight, as you settle under your covers, let the mirror misers of your past fade into gentle background static, the hum of someone else's unresolved sitcom. Breathe in, remembering you are more than anyone's fleeting shadow. Breathe out, releasing the need to fit into misshapen frames. You steward your worth now, and your mirror is finally your own. The promise ghost is always just about to show up, call back, deliver. Reality. You wait, you rearrange your day. You wonder if you imagined the agreement. Their words vanish, like mist at noon. Seneca warned, fortune is unpredictable. So are people chasing their own comfort. Build your peace on actions, not intentions. Let's conjure our phantom. Picture a glimmering figure in business casual, perpetually holding their phone a quarter inch from their ear, frozen mid-sentence. I'll get that to you by EOD. Let's catch up next week. Trust me, you're at the top of my list. All echoing into eternity, unfulfilled but hauntingly sincere at the moment. If you've ever seen a message marked read, then not responded to for 9 earthly cycles, you've met the promise's ghost. It floats through inboxes, leaves breadcrumbs of ellipses, haunts calendar invites, and most chillingly, whispers. Sorry, just seeing this, in the dead of night. Why do we summon promise ghost? Science offers some suspenseful clues. Dopamine surges when people signal intent. Yes, the brain sparkles with the good intentions, even if follow-through is as rare as a polite honk. People like promising things because, in the moment, it feels nice to agree. But, spoiler, agreeing and following through? Entirely different spook shows. Sometimes the ghost is summoned by avoidance. Promises form a fog, a way to sidestep confrontation with a gentle, I'll try, instead of the starker, nope. Other times, self-image is the poltergeist. Folks want to see themselves as reliable, helpful, a champion of yes. Their optimism leaves them, and you haunting the lonely corridor of unmet expectations. The Stoics, ever uncomfortable with spectral nonsense, would sigh at our willingness to entertain such hauntings. Epictetus, in Sandals, probably would have said, "Don't hand your inner peace to someone whose schedule is governed by the moon. Ground yourself," he insists, "in what is yours, your choices, your responses, your willingness to move on, instead of waiting by the window like a character in a Victorian novel, or worse, someone still using reply all." The promise ghost is stealthy. It slinks into friendships. "Let's totally have lunch soon," never specifying the year. It haunts workplaces. "Review coming shortly." And then HR discovers the project file beneath a stack of haunted desk plants. And always at the worst time, the spectre materializes in romance. "I'll change, I promise." It moans through flickering candlelight before dissolving into a fine mist of good intentions and dating app notifications. Notice what becomes of us, the living, when we play host to this ghost. Sleep is traded for speculative fiction. Maybe their Wi-Fi is broken. Maybe alien abduction. Or the classic, "They are probably about to text." Hours evaporate in mental courtroom dramas where you debate if people are as forgetful as goldfish, as Machiavellian as Pop-Tarts, or simply moved to another dimension. Your nervous system accrues interest on the unpaid emotional debts of unkept words. But why? Why invest more energy into absences than actual presences? As Marcus Aurelius muses, it's not events, just our judgments that fuel anxiety. The antidote: practice the Stoic virtue of clarity with a twist of modern boundaries. Accept missed promises as cosmic weather, unpredictable, annoying, rarely personal. When you spot a promise ghost nearby, swap out expectation for curiosity. Will they materialize or not? Either way, you're fine. You've already penciled in your happiness with ink, not with their pencil that runs out just before the follow-up call. Wave kindly at the apparition, maybe even give it a name, Carl, and return to living among the solid, the present, the truly text-backable. As Epictetus might tweet, "Don't ghost yourself waiting on ghosts." You know the type. Every favour they give comes with interest. Help from them arrives with strings, reminders, subtle invoices for every ounce of effort. Each kindness is a contract. What's repaid is never quite enough. The Stoics say, accept gifts freely, but never with fear. Your dignity is not collateral. Picture the classic energy lender. They stroll into your life wearing that wide, knowing grin. The kind that says, I own partial shares in your happiness now. Perhaps you've borrowed some sugar, shared your Wi-Fi password during a storm, or, foolishly, asked their advice about the existential crisis you face twice between lunch and dinner. Suddenly, every encounter is punctuated by gentle reminders of your debt, payment due in guilt, obligation, or public gratitude. They hand you a cup of coffee, and by Friday, you've made them executor of your emotional estate. Epictetus would look at this scene with cool detachment, sipping metaphorical tea. Is what is given a burden, or do you make it so by your perception? He'd ask. The Stoic toolkit includes gratitude, yes, but also boundaries. You're grateful for the support, but you part ways with the emotional mortgage. Thanks for the ride, but I'm not signing a 30-year fixed rate on my self-worth. Let's admit it. Rejecting the energy lender's terms isn't easy. They have the psychic equivalent of repo men. Say no too firmly, and suddenly your history of borrowed pens and spent lunch breaks reappears in chilling detail. I suppose those 57 printer sheets meant nothing to you. The Stoics would smile. Because acceptance doesn't mean servitude. It means clarifying what is and is not up for negotiation. Marcus Aurelius, master of the imperial deadline extension request, suggests we should not accept without pride, let go without attachment. That means you can accept help, but not the invisible, ever-mounting interest tacked onto your soul. If you sense the favor is more like a payday loan for your energy, you can politely decline, or accept and refund with a smile and steadfast boundaries. Thank you, but let's keep our transactions in the currency of kindness, not compounding anxiety. So, what's it like living debt-free from emotional loan sharks? Imagine walking down the street on a golden morning, the hint of coffee and distant siren song of weekend chores in the air, when your energy lender glides up, offering unsolicited advice, or the 10,000th life hack. You accept what's useful, sincerely thank them, and mentally shred the invoice. Your sense of self remains solvent, your psyche unencumbered by hidden late fees. If you're worried that resisting these emotional creditors might make you seem ungrateful, remember, genuine gratitude is about appreciation, not obligation. The Stoic approach is serene exchange, not emotional bartering. Seneca wrote, "A benefit is finished the moment it is bestowed." Translation: you're not a subscription service for ongoing gratitude. Your worth isn't measured in how well you service someone else's emotional loan. When you spot an energy lender coming your way, waving with that "just checking in on my investment" look, practice Stoic triage. Review which favors our mutual joy and which are Trojan horses smuggled inside paper cups. When repayment is demanded, remember, your boundary is your collateral. No compound interest can accrue on your self-respect. You're not Scrooge McDuck, hoarding emotional gold coins, nor are you a charity for energy loan sharks prowling for repayment in unsolicited stress. The world will always have its share of lenders and collectors. By keeping your transactions honest and expectations transparent, you remain rich not in obligations, but in peace. And when you spot the telltale glint in their eye, just smile. Tell them your account is balanced and your soul paid in full. This voice may not even be another, but the echo of past critics, now living rent-free in your mind. Every step, a whisper. Are you sure? Should you have? You can't. The Stoics train their minds. Opinions of others are just that, not prophecies, not orders. You are not required to believe every thought offered. Picture your self-critic as that one friend who shows up to brunch but only eats the free bread and questions your life choices. Is that what you're wearing? It asks, without even making eye contact with the menu. You really want to start that business. Remember how you got a C+ in third grade science? The voice is never out of small, fine print doubts, and yet it offers nothing of substance to the bill. Why do we let it order for the table? The Stoics, if they had Yelp reviews, would tell you this: the opinions of others, like cold, leftover fries, aren't worth worrying about. Opinions, especially the ancient ones still echoing from your own ancient history, are just mental graffiti. Marcus Aurelius, Stoic emperor and reluctant life coach, scribbled in his journal, "If it's not true, don't accept it. If it's not useful, let it go." Imagine swiping left on every self-doubt that doesn't pay rent. Of course, the self-critic has style. Their critiques aren't wild outbursts, but subtle, like a distant car alarm you wonder if you should actually do something about. Are you sure you closed the garage? Should you really text back with K instead of OK? It's a drip that becomes a flood, pooling up until you're suddenly standing in a puddle of imagined disasters. The Stoics would bring a mop and politely ask, "What control do you have here, really?" Here's your gentle reminder: thoughts are not commandments, they're options. Picture your mind as a group text thread. Some messages are wise. Thank you, Epictetus. Some are memes, and some are texts from the self-critic, filled with low battery warnings and unnecessary drama. You can mute that thread. Seneca might suggest making your mind a border crossing. Not every thought gets a passport. If doubt shows up with nothing but anxiety in its suitcase, keep it in customs for a bit. Ask, is this true? Is this useful? Am I about to get scammed by my own cognition? Stoicism is about this ongoing inspection, performed with a mixture of curiosity and a raised eyebrow. Let's be honest, your brain collects critical voices the way junk drawers collect rubber bands. You have no idea where most came from, but there they are, stretching, snapping, never quite holding anything together. Yet, the Stoics teach, you are not the sum total of every bad review you've ever received. Not from childhood friends, cranky managers, or the voice in your head that judges your singing in the shower. Imagine right now a parade of former critics, teachers, bosses, relatives, Brenda from accounting, all trying to narrate your life. Are you going to hand them the microphone and let them do color commentary? Or smile politely, nod, and gently return the narrative to yourself? The Stoics opted for the latter, and we can too. You are not contractually obliged to listen to the peanut gallery. Instead of negotiating with doubt, you notice it, name it, and laugh a little. Well, hello, voice of 2007 gym coach. Didn't know you were still around. Grab some popcorn while I live my life. The self-critic is persistent, but the Stoic response is playful resistance. You can listen, but you don't have to invite doubt to dinner, much less let it redecorate your living room. Let every moment of self-criticism be an opportunity to practice a Stoic smirk, amused, aware, and unbothered. After all, in the city of your mind, you set the rent, and not every thought can afford to stay. Finally, the apology collector. Their specialty is finding your flaws and extracting a debt of regret. Again, and again, and again. Your boundaries become bargaining chips in their endless settlement. Marcus said, missteps matter, but repentance should be brief. Drown in guilt, and you forget how to swim in life. Meet the merchant of guilt, professionally trained in the fine art of sighing loudly, arching eyebrows with the precision of a Renaissance sculptor, and leaving you with the emotional equivalent of a parking ticket slapped on your windshield, just for existing. The apology collector brings a briefcase full of ledgers, each one annotated with your tiniest offenses, real or imagined. Their superpower, making you say, I'm sorry for things you did in 2015, or that you have yet to do in 2030. Maybe it starts innocently enough. You mention you can't make dinner tonight. Their face droops approximately 2 centimeters. A gravitational anomaly only detected by highly sensitive guilt radar. And suddenly, you're triple-checking your calendar, scrambling for gift-worthy explanations, or planning a murder mystery-level alibi involving traffic, sick goldfish, and a surprise outbreak of existential dread. The ritual never changes. They turn your boundary into an unpaid bill. Their language, sad silence, carefully crafted pauses, or a well-timed, no, it's fine, I'll manage, punctuated, with a sigh heavy enough to register on the Richter scale. Their goal isn't connection, but collection of apologies, remorse, and small slices of your freedom. Let's get philosophical. Gently, Marcus Aurelius didn't stand around Rome, clutching a guilt punch card, waiting for everyone to stamp in. He understood. Remorse makes us better, but wallowing is quicksand for the soul. The apology collector, however, dreams in reruns of your regret, replaying your errors until you're starring in a never-ending soap opera called I'm Sorry, The Reckoning. Here's the secret sauce. their satisfaction only breeds more hunger. No apology is ever quite enough, because the real feast isn't your confession, it's your surrender. Soon, you find yourself issuing pre-sorries, rehearsing explanations for things that haven't happened yet, apologizing for needing rest, space, or an opinion, as if your needs were personal affronts to the fabric of the universe. They thrive in the gap between kindness and capitulation. Your empathy, unguarded, becomes their trading post. They smile sadly, dusting off your self-esteem with affectionate disappointment, like a parent unwrapping a report card featuring only each your spinach grades. "It's all right, I'm just used to it," they'll say, their martyr badge polished and gleaming. Translation: you're still behind on this month's quota of apologies. Better keep working overtime. But let's imagine, just for a moment, what Marcus might have scribbled in his morning journal after breakfast, and a solid, emotionally detached yawn. Remember, you are responsible only for your intent. Guilt that outlives its purpose is merely vanity in another toga. Return now to your own side of the ledger. Picture every apology you've given, not because you were truly at fault, but just to keep peace, smooth feathers, or avoid that weary, world-crushing sigh. How many of those did you need? How many were borrowed against your own contentment? It's here, in the quiet, that you see the trade for what it is. Your serenity, bartered away for the mirage of approval. Marcus would advise, with the kindness of a wise friend, to offer the brief, honest remorse when you deserve it, and then step away from the bargaining table, hands empty, heart clear. An apology should be an act of integrity, not a lifetime subscription. The apology collector's power dissolves when you stop renewing the contract. Let your sorries be rare, precise, and true. Let their ledgers gather dust. Laugh gently at their accounting system. Picture their endless sighs floating away like deflated beach balls on a summer breeze. Forgive yourself. Close down the store. Your boundaries were never for sale, and tonight, as you drift away, may you sense the quiet freedom that comes from knowing. You don't have to apologize for existing. You are not a product, not a penance-pending delivery. You are enough, as you are, and the only permission slip required for your happiness is the one you sign yourself. Pause. Exhale. Let each type fade from your mind, like ghosts dismissed by morning. You aren't in this world to be a source of endless supply, or a captive audience to others' stories. You are here to guard your citadel, calmly, wisely, with the power of detachment and the discipline of choice. For every toxic presence, there is a boundary unspoken and a dignity waiting to be claimed. The few become fewer. Not bitter, but refined. As you close your eyes tonight, honor yourself for learning the gentle courage of saying no, the quiet authority of your own standards, the slow return of peace when others' noise no longer enters your gates. Remember, you are responsible only for your own mind. Carry it carefully. Walk quietly. Walk free.